Alrighty, so this grass is getting thick, boy. It's getting nice and thick. It's actually a little bit wet. Where I'm sitting, my bum's getting wet. Amateur mistake. Oh. But so we need this another cut today, and I'm going to give it a liquid fert as well, just to really get this to kick along before winter hits really hard, because I want this thing established nicely before it gets too cold. It's already grown since last week. What, 10 mil, so it's definitely still growing. But yeah, the green needs a cut. Need to check it all out, see how it's looking, so let's get into it. Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tip vid. So it's the first time I've lifted up the cover on the green for quite a few days, and it is looking great. It's grown a lot more than I thought it did, that heat mat. Seriously, it's going great. Bit of power still showing its head. At least it's long now, so it's easy to grab out and pull out. Look, I'm pulling it out right now. That's easy. Got him. But there is a lot of ant crap everywhere. I think the ants are just making an absolute mess, which is a pain in the butt. Let me show you. So as you can see, this is all from the silly old ants. Now, not hard to deal with really. Just got to brush it away like that, and it goes. But if you roll the mower over that before you do this, it does cover up your grass a bit. So you got to make sure you break it down like that. They've gone nuts, man. They're absolutely everywhere. It's either flipping ants doing something or worms. Why? Right, so today is day 27 on this green. You can see there's still a couple of thin spots. This spot over here that was really thin before that had germination is now starting to thicken up. There is grass seed everywhere. Now up the back is a little bit thin, so I think I'm going to do a little bit of an overseed there and just put a little bit more sand down just to retain some more moisture in there and cover the seed up a bit. But there's still stuff germinating. That heat mat is ridiculous. Like, there's even a colour contrast just here between where the heat mat was missing the other day and right here. I'll show you a close up in a second. But yeah, this green's thickening up. So today we're going to take it down to 6 mil, just because I really want to start training it to start creeping now. And we're going to basically jump into cutting every single 2 days. I said last week I was going to, but I didn't end up doing that because I saw so much more germination, so I decided to back off and just let it grow a little bit more. So today, 6 mil, we're going to cut this. We're going to cut the rye with the rover today. Costs a little bit hardier at 20 mil. That's if it cuts like it didn't last week. We'll see. We'll do a test run and go from there. But this is really starting to fill in. Like, really starting to fill in. I think we'll be putting very soon. Like, really soon. Okay, man. Tell you what, pretty impressed with how that turned out. That rover cut really well that time. Now that the grass is a little bit mature and thicker, it's not laying it over, so heaps better. The rye definitely needs a little bit of an overseed. There's some thin spots here and there. Just didn't get heaps good germination in some spots. I'm almost tempted to leave it though to see how much it thickens up. Let me know what you guys think. Should I leave it and see how it goes? If it thickens up naturally, because there's plants in there. It's just not going to be as thick as other areas. Yeah, anyway, let's get the landscape blade out and let's just do that around the edges because it's left a little bit here and there, and then we'll get onto the green, which I'm keen for. I'll tell you what, it's looking thick, man. Like, it's getting close. Still love that landscape blade. so flippin' tidy. Edges look good now. Man, the screen's looking good. Oh, time for the moment of truth. I'm going to cut this down at 6mm today. The last cut we did was 8mm. Let's just see how it turns out. We're going to cut a bit off, which is fine. The grass has hardened up quite a bit in the last couple of days actually. So let's do that now, and let's have a look at how it looks afterwards. I'll get the ruler out and we'll measure how long it is too, to see if it is a true 6mm cut, because I did have it a bit tight on the gauge, so it might be more towards 7mm. But let's check it out, see how it's going, and then we'll give it a liquid fert at the end. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty happy with how that looks for its second cut. Good old bent grass takes that lower height of cut quite easily. Didn't scalp or anything, not really stressed out. Looks pretty good. Still thin, but now it's really going to start creeping. Even into those bare areas it will push, especially if we keep that heat mat on this time of year. If I didn't have that heat mat and it would hit by frost, it probably would knock it and we wouldn't get much growth out of this at all. But it still looks quite lush and is still growing, still feeding off that inoculate, but we still are going to give it a quick kick with some liquid fertilizer and some liquid kelp as well, and just that Stimulizer, just to really help it just kick into gear. So I'm going to apply that now, but I just want to show you guys a couple of the bare spots. They aren't as bad as they look on camera. If you get up close, you can see seed throughout all of them. So I'm hoping with the next couple of weeks, especially after this liquid fert, they really start to thicken up and start to spread as well. I almost forgot, I actually have to give this a quick measure before we get into the fertilising. So I'll tell you what, I cannot even tell how short that is. Ooh, flip, that's more like 6mm. No, that's 7. If you get down in there close enough. So that is definitely a true 7mm. Looks good. Looks really good. Stoked with how that's looking. I'll have a look at bent grass, just so pure. Oh, it's wet. Just gonna chuck a little bit more bent here, just because this is quite thin, this area, because of that silly wash we got right at the start, and then it's sort of got a little bit of algae, not algae, a bit of moss there. It's okay. We're just gonna put some sand there over top of it, just to help dry out that algae a little bit. Probably a little bit too much seed. Oops. Right, so last step for today is a liquid feed. So we're going to go half rate with the liquid fertilizer. So there's some Fertec Special Effects there, which I'm going to put down at 200ml per, 400ml per 100 square metres, so I'll put 200ml out today. So that's the lowest end of the recommended rate. So we're going to be sweet. Oh yes, bit of air in there. Okay, right, these 5 litre sprays from Bunnings are so handy for little areas like this. All you got to do though is make sure you swap out your nozzle. That's just a little T-Jet one, red T-Jet nozzle that I swapped out. But yeah, that's the way to go. And then I put some liquid kelp down, so this is going to help build up our root system, which we really want on this green here because it's not very mature yet. So I'm going to put liquid kelp down, and I'm going to bump to doing this nearly weekly now. You can even get away with doing it every 4 to 5 days. This stuff here, full rate, not going to worry about that. And we're going to put down some Stimulizer as well, which has got some fulvic acid in it, which is going to help as well with unlocking some nutrients in that soil. So I'm going to put that down only at a really low rate. Put 3ml out over the whole area. So mix them up and then we will get it done. Now I said those sprays are awesome. Halfway through it just stopped working. Don't know what happened. Alright, I feel like this is overkill, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Seriously, that was so silly, just feel like that tiny patch, but you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Alright, well that is all done. Not a lot much else I can do today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, which is good because otherwise I'd have to water in that liquid kelp. You need to water that liquid kelp in because it needs to get down to the roots. So it's supposed to rain tomorrow around midday, which should be okay because right now it's about 1:30, so pretty much perfect. I like to water it in 24 hours afterwards, well 12 to 24 hours afterwards, sort of like with my special mix. So yeah, we should be pretty sweet. I can smell that iron though. Man, it's stanky. Anyway, should be pretty sweet. Pretty happy with how it's progressed so far. I mean, I'd like it to be a little bit further along, but you can't really help it with these temps that we've had at the moment. Like, we've been getting frost, like really light frosts nearly every morning. It won't hit my lawn most of the time, mostly up further in the street, but that just tells you how cold it is. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's going, considering how cold it is. Not really any bare spots. I'd say it's more thin spots across here, apart from this little section here we just sanded, but there was still germination there, so we should be sweet. But that's about all we can do for today. So thanks guys so much for watching, really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and you have a good week.